This episode is brought to you by thedolphinwars.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin Television, episode 325, Surfside Chat. I am Raymond, the author of the Dolphin Wars trilogy and ruler of the greatest pod on YouTube. And what can I say? He is back. You know, when he's here, things are going to rock. So we have the amazing Len-Rod. Welcome, sir.
Yo. Oh.
And before we get going, I'd like to say if you like these interviews, if you like the Surfside Chat, if you like the all the Radio King Dolphin TV, and if you especially love Just Cuz, please like and subscribe. And as soon as I can throttle StreamYards and or YouTube, put the link up there. So if you are so inclined, you can put some ducats in the bucket and help out the channel here. So let me welcome everybody who is here so far. We've got Phantom Outsider, who came up with yet another Snorta-Poopa song, and I'm probably going to debut it either on the Sunday show or on the Christmas Eve show. And I've also given it to Len-Rod to see what he can do with it to musically enhance it. So thank you very much, Fanty.
Let's see what we can do here.
We've got the amazing lifeguards. We've got, starting with our producer, this is King Dolphin TV in color, a Sandra Feliciano presentation. Love you, honey. And we've got Fez for Hire. How you doing, buddy? Our co-host during the weekend. We've got the great FKHC 2005. We've got Legatus Legionii, the first one in, the last one out. And we've got Mr. Danger Bear, the baddest, biggest bear on the internet. Snorta-Poopas, Q-Bar, Dot Scream, hashtag roar. Oh, hail to the trike. Oh,
yes, hail the trike.
Yes, he is over there.
Clearly begging for something.
He is staring into...
Oh, you got a snack.
He is staring into his mommy's soul, looking for a treat.
He just acquired one.
Yep. Let's get to this show. Yeah, he's got... we bought him an advent calendar, and I think we're a day behind because I don't think we gave him one yesterday because we went to a Christmas party and we forgot.
So, of course, you're forgetting about the fur friend.
Oh, yes. He's and he is looking into mommy's soul.
He just wants more food.
Oh, yes. He does.
It's like, yes, go get more. Go get more.
Yes, there he goes. Yep, there we go. All right. Looks like thank you, Snort. And there's the tip link. So if anybody, oh, all right, she is opening up
Yes.
Advent.
More for Snort. Yeah.
Uh,
More for the train.
Hon, did you give him the 18th?
No. You want to give him the 18th?
Yeah, I'll give him the 18th.
You give him the 18th.
That's right. You go give him food. Give him food.
Take it to Daddy. He'd eat the whole thing.
Uh,
Ugly Christmas sweater, appropriate for holiday parties at your office.
Offices. Psh, who goes to those?
Says, Mommy, he's making me wait.
Treat.
Yay, noms.
Which will last 2 seconds.
Yeah, he inhaled it and almost took my finger in the process. But that's what Trike does. All right. So now that we've got the welcomes out of the way and got the tip thing, how you doing, Len-Rod?
Oh, just chilling, enjoying my time off from work.
Oh, what are you on late? What are you on leave, or do they
Shut
give
down.
you
Just a
they
full-on
shut down?
company shutdown for 2 weeks.
Oh wow, nice.
They grossly overestimated our earnings for this year, and they had to shut the plant down because they couldn't afford it.
Ah.
I don't know, it just eats into their profits. Like, technically, they're still profiting, just not profiting as much.
Yeah. Well, as long as you get paid for the 2 weeks.
Oh, no, I'm not getting paid for any of it.
Ah.
Nobody's getting paid. It's a full shutdown. Everybody's on a furlough.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not like I get paid for it anyway. I don't get holiday pay. I'm part-time.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
I'm semi-retired, and it's great.
Yeah, one of these days you got to explain to me how you're semi-retired.
I'm just really good with money, and I live simple.
Can't complain with that. Can't argue with that. Yeah, I got to tell a story about people who are frugal with money or very good with money. When I was in the Air Force, and this is probably the reason they went to direct deposit. I knew someone that I was stationed with, and he never, ever cashed his paycheck.
Yeah. I've done that.
And it got to the point where they gave him an order saying, cash one of them.
Yeah.
Cash one of your checks.
Yeah, I was like that. At my last job, they didn't force the direct deposit just yet, and I basically just let them pile up and then finally cash them. At the end of the year, I'd let them build up until they're right on the edge of expiring before I started cashing them, because then they just yell at me to cash them because it messed up all their tax forms and stuff if I didn't cash the checks because there's so many of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and I think that's probably why they went to the mandatory direct deposit, so that you're getting the money no matter what.
I got fired before I got forced to direct deposit there. Victory is mine. Of course, the new job, as soon as I started working, they're like, yeah, it's direct deposit only. Like, oh.
Well, one of the joys of working. So
I like cashing a pile of checks at once. It just felt good.
And you're over there. One for me and one for you. Two for me and one for you.
Two. Yeah, 1, 2 for me, 1 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me, 3 for you.
Yeah. That would be the way. That would be cool to live that way. Just pile them up and
living the dream.
Mm-hmm. So and then you've got time to work on your music.
Yeah, ample free time.
Oh yeah.
So normally I get 3 days off a week anyway because I don't work Fridays. I'm part time.
Oh, true.
So it's like every day is a holiday weekend. It's like, yay!
Nice.
Because it's 3 days off every time.
Yeah, so build your various and sundry games and stuff, and any equipment have that you built lately.
Nothing completed yet. I've been finally getting back to work on my Dreamcast project.
Uh-huh.
I just finished refurbishing some batteries, and they seem to be holding a charge, so we're good to go there, I hope. They're all
What are
the salvaged laptop batteries that I've been kind of refurbishing, recharging.
oh,
Most are shot, but then you get a few that still hold a charge. It's like, all right, cool. That saves me some money. I don't have to buy batteries.
hmm.
But it's almost there. I'm ready, just about ready to test fire. I'm just waiting for the current set of batteries to fully charge before actually firing it.
How long does it take for the refurbished batteries to charge up?
It depends on their capacity. These I'm estimating are either 2500 to 3000 milliamp hours. So that should take anywhere from 6 to 9 hours to charge.
Oh, okay. And
My
what do you
charger's
use
only
them?
a 1.2 amp device, so it's not super fast.
Hmm. And what do you use them on?
That's what to use to power the system.
Ah,
We got a Sega Dreamcast put together in a handheld format, which will run on batteries, has its own screen, and all that good stuff.
oh, okay. I'm waiting for you to build a. I'm waiting for you to build a Commodore 64.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
Yeah.
I think
I
Ben's
miss,
probably done it.
huh?
I think my guy Ben Heckendorn probably did it already.
I
It's
missed that computer. That was such a good gaming computer, and their their software was so far ahead of its time.
Let's see. Yes, Ben has made a Commodore 64 laptop.
A laptop,
Yeah, he made a laptop.
Commodore
It's
Commodore
pretty old.
60,
It must have been a while ago he made that.
Commodore 64s were never laptops. Wow.
No, there one. It's what Ben made. He made one into a laptop.
Oh
Let's
wow.
see. Oh, yeah. Fall of 2006 he started it. So, yeah, that was quite a while ago.
Hmm. Wow.
I
Yeah,
imagine you can probably make it even better now.
their software was so far ahead of the time. I love their flight simulators,
Let's see,
their
it's right.
flight simulators, and their football games.
2009. Yeah, that was a long time ago he made those.
Wow. And well, of course, I guess you can go onto Steam and
They
get
can just download them, yeah.
yeah.
I could build one. I should pick up a C64. When I was at VCF, they had a bunch of them for sale, and I thought about buying one or two, but I just didn't.
How much were they running for?
Like 100, range, I believe.
Oh, wow. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad considering how old they are.
Yeah. But the money would be if you could figure a way to make it work again. And of course finding the
No,
software.
there's quite the community for old school computer tech. I mean, you could go online and get like a ROM cart that has all the software on it. You just plug it in, you got everything.
Oh, okay.
You got stuff like that. It's like at VCF, the ones that they're selling were all ones that worked. So,
Hmm.
because a lot of the people there, they restore them and get them working too.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have probably given you my Sega, whatever that was.
Oh, the Game Gear.
Game Gear, yeah. See if you could have done something with it, but I don't know. The monitor and the batteries seem to be the ones that were dead.
Well, the thing about those old ones is that they had bad caps in them. Like the original Game Gears all shipped with really crappy capacitors, so a full recapping would probably be enough to make it playable, but it would still look like crap.
Mm,
It's an early '90s LCD. It's not the highest quality compared to modern stuff.
true.
Top of the line 30, almost 40 years ago, but nowhere near that now.
Mm,
There are mod kits available that you can replace that screen with a modern one.
mm. But that's probably going to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Let's have a look. See here. GGTV kit. Here we go. $60.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, so it's a Yeah, I think it just takes the video signal, outputs it to composite, and gets rid of the scan lines.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of, or not scan lines, but the overscan. Kind of a screwy thing about the Game Gear is that you can get composite video right off of its motherboard, and you can plug a modern screen into it. The problem is the picture is only like the size of a quarter. Because for reasons unknown, the Game Gear outputs like a crap ton of overscan on all the edges.
Wow.
Just weird. I remember in the early days of people trying to mod them, somebody fit a 5-inch screen inside of a Game Gear. Because with the overscan, a 5-inch screen will shrink down to about the size of its actual operating size. That was back in the day before FPGA chips were a thing.
Well, I live in hope. I haven't thrown it away yet, so.
No. So I think I actually have a Game Gear TV kit sitting in one of my parts bins.
Ah.
Got that, a bunch of other stuff. I got so much stuff that I inherited from my friend who passed away last summer.
Oh.
Yeah, I took all of his spare parts, all of his junk stuff, all the things that you really can't sell because it's junk. Like all his tools. So I've got boxes of these kits and components and stuff now.
Oh, so your basement is barely walkable because you got the. I don't know. I could see you. You are an organized person, so I imagine, despite the fact that you've got a ton of stuff, you've got it very well organized.
Yeah, it's pretty well sorted. I definitely wouldn't put any of it in the basement, though.
Oh.
My basement is just a dirt floor, so my house is on block foundations. The basement is just a hole that was dug under it.
Ah, okay.
This house was made in 1900, so it's 124 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got all of it's pretty relatively sorted, I guess. They are all in boxes. I've been going through and sorting components. Like most of his stuff was sorted to begin with. You know, being a fellow hacker and modder kind of guy.
Yeah. So what? You got a two-floor house, single floor?
Yep, 2 stories. It's like a, what do you think, 1, 2, 3, 4 bedroom.
Oh, nice.
And by bedroom, I mean not bedrooms. It's a 4-bedroom house. None of them are actually bedrooms. I sleep on my living room floor.
So they're just
stupid.
rooms.
Can you hear it? Yep. Stupid is making noise again.
Oh, hello, stupid.
Stupid cat.
Yeah, your unwanted guest.
The sad part is, like, it's a really lovable cat. Like, he's very, very friendly. Let you pick him up and everything. He's really soft. And I can't not pet the kitty, but then I can't breathe and I can't see.
Oh, allergies.
I said, just having him under the house is what's setting off my allergies, and it's it's a flaw of the the block foundations. If any tiny little hole comes into the mud walls that makes up the underside, critters can get in. And he just doesn't shut up. You were fed already. Go away.
Fez says, "Hail, stupid cat."
Yeah, he really wants to come in. And he scream. And if I let him into the house, he gets real quiet instantly. But he doesn't like being outside. Like, I'm quite certain it's somebody had a litter of kittens, and one of them, like, he's big enough now to be on his own, so they just dumped him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already litter box trained.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I used to have cats. Oh God, I think I stopped having cats in 2000. Yeah, I stopped having cats in 2000, and then the allergies kicked in overdrive, so I can't even go into a house. I can't even go into a house with a cat without getting the eyes bulging and the sniffling and stuff like that. So I know what you're going through.
Yeah, like, I got no problem with the furry friends, but the furry friends, the body just doesn't like them.
Yeah.
It's like, I totally keep him around because he could eat the mice, but they say he really, really wants to be inside all the time, and I can't have him inside.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When we had the ferrets, we did not have a mice problem because ferrets go after rodents, and they could smell ferret and avoid like the plague.
Yeah, mustelids they're a dangerous weapon for underground critters, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yep.
they're slinky shaped.
Yes, yes, indeed. They can dig into the ground burrow, and take out anything that goes after them.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think even groundhogs are afraid of them.
wouldn't surprise me. I say if it lives underground, it's not safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We haven't had much of a groundhog problem with the ferrets.
You have to get more ferrets now to deal with the groundhogs. We're just gonna move on in.
Nah.
Oh, there's a comic relief crusader in the
Hey,
chat.
comic, how you doing, buddy? Huge.
Circles.
Circles, yes.
Do love me some circles.
Mm-hmm.
All the circles.
Yes.
The female form is all circles. Think about it. Like from just an artistic standpoint, the whole body is just a series of circles.
Good point.
Even the hourglass figure, it's circles just on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Love me some circles.
Mm-hmm. Yo.
Huge circles.
Huge circles. Huge. So, let's see. We talked about your music, work. How many songs do you have now?
So pretty much enough for like 2 records at this point.
Wow. Now all you need is the studio.
Yeah, my studio is pretty bare bones, I guess.
Mm.
I think I got 10 tracks for what will be album number 1, and those are always set up for record 1. Got 2 more that are done there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, almost to record number 2.
Wow, that's incredible.
And that doesn't count all the incomplete material that I've built up over the years.
Yeah.
I got tons of like really old songs that I've just never finished. That I just kind of started, never did anything else with, but the riffs are still good. Like I could go back and actually complete those songs now, probably.
Oh, cool.
Since I'm a little bit better at actually writing songs now.
Yeah. I gave Slaughter and the water to the dolphin hunter, and he absolutely loved it.
Yeah, so I was actually pretty happy with that one. At least, like, especially vocally. Like, I felt like I actually had my voice on that song.
Yeah.
Usually I write, like, a material, and in my mind, it'll be somebody else singing it, like, every time. I have a song which sounds like Udo would be singing it, or another one where it sounds like Dio could be singing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I put that together, I'm like, I actually kind of hear me singing that in my head. It works. It works.
Yeah. The only thing I guess was how it was being played. There were times I couldn't really get discern the lyrics.
That's by design.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's so hard to find a good balance between getting the vocal volume where it needs to be versus the other instruments. Like it's an art, and I just don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Because like most of the song sounds like it's at the right volume level, but then there'll be spots where you really can't hear it, and it's like I don't want to tweak all of it because it's going to make everything sound like a mess. And if I turn it up in a certain section, it'll just distort instead. Like I think I'll just keep it a little lower and not distort.
So it's probably sort of like with the pod song, better off done live.
Possibly. I say it all comes down to doing the mix properly, and I just really don't know how to record and like EQ vocals and stuff properly.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you were doing all that. You were doing all the instruments yourself. That's got to be a tough juggling act.
That's not bad. Once I know what it sounds like, then I'm good. Like I can hear the song in my head, so it's like each individual part I'm just playing as I go because I can hear the rest of it playing in my mind as I'm playing the one instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And as I stack one instrument on top of the other, it becomes easier and easier to fill in and make the rest of the song.
Yeah.
It's like any tune I put together gets recorded like probably a dozen times. As I'll record all the stuff layered together, then I'll listen to it a little while later. Like, okay, this could use this, this, and this. And then I'll redo it from the ground up and then listen to it again, and then this, and this, and then finally it gets actually made.
Ah. That's actually got to be a good process. That way, you know by the time it's a finished product, how good it's going to be or what kind of tweaks you need to do.
Yeah, I say it's all just kind of a playing by feels. It's like this does it need this here? How about a break over here? How about I throw a chicken in the background on this one? All right, yeah, there we go.
Ooh, a chicken. Ooh. No, cowbell. We need more cowbell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
I cannot find a cheap cowbell, and it makes me angry.
God, I'm trying to.
The meme has made them artificially expensive.
I'm trying to think. I know the music place where I was taking lessons beforehand had some cowbells, but I never really priced them.
Yeah. I think living in rural Wisconsin, you'd be able to find a cowbell without any issue, like in some junk pile. But no. Everybody on the internet knows about need more cowbells, so if they put one on Marketplace, it's expensive.
Wow. Now you got me curious. I'm going to go to eBay.
Cowbell.
Let's see here. eBay.
Yes, cowbell.
Cowbell. Let's see.
50, 30, 10.
An antique one is 3705. There's a 52. There's a round one. A cast iron one with a stair head. Yeah, let me.
So you can get an actual drum kit one for cheap for like $20 on eBay, it looks like. Those aren't cowbells. Those are wood blocks. What the heck? Lies. They're selling lies. Some darn Chinese.
Yeah, let me.
All right.
Let's see here. These are the ones I found.
Yeah, I put in like cowbell drum kit.
Oh, okay.
Not an actual cowbell, like a musical instrument version.
All right, cowbell drum.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. 13. 1287.
Yeah, you get like a regular one pretty cheap on eBay, I guess. Yeah.
What a cowbell mallet?
I guess when you gotta make it loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Purple one for 2118.
That's not really a cowbell. That's closer to just being like a block.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, 5 and 6 hand percussion. Ooh, mountable cowbell, 5-inch chrome with mounting bracket.
There you go, $40. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. And of course, you got to have the mounting.
Cowbell.
See, the mounting accessory is more than the cowbell. Yeah, $24 to mount a cowbell.
Yay, cows. Tasty cows.
A 1314 Timbales drum set percussion with stand cowbell for $85.99.
Oh, nice variety.
Oh, wow.
Old school there.
70s vintage percussion cowbell for 145. Wow.
Oh, 190 buy it now. It's 145 bid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zero bid. So the minimum bid is 145.
Yep. And if you want it, 190. Wow.
Yeah. Plus $15 to ship it.
Of course. Let's see. I want a meow bell. And Stupid does enough of that. I don't need more.
Yeah, he's a noisy cat.
uh,
He wants in so badly. It's like, no, you got to stay in the basement.
yeah.
He keeps finding his way to the cold air returns, and he just keeps meowing up the vent. It's like, it's really loud.
Mm.
It's like,
Welcome
shut
back,
up,
Tim.
cat. Dinner.
Yeah.
Might do some of that after the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Supposed to be meeting up with the lady friend after the show, so might be
okay.
make up for dinner.
Cool.
Supposed to. Whether or not she shows up is anyone's guess.
Yeah.
She's very flaky.
You know she may be watching this. You don't be.
I find that unlikely.
She's not a YouTube person.
Yeah, she does YouTube, but she doesn't know anything about this.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know she is a nice person, but she is really flaky at times.
Is she work with you or someone outside of work?
Yeah, I work with her.
Oh, okay.
She needs to come over so I get my daily dose. I haven't had my dose of her in a while. So I do like her, but again, yeah, she's kind of flaky about things.
Oh, okay. It's cold here since I'm in the same area as Raymond, east of.
Just a little east, yeah.
Yeah,
Closer to the ocean.
Yeah.
Not that far from the ocean, though.
No, we're not. We're only. Hold on. How far from Baltimore? About an hour and a half.
Yeah, so you're probably only about an hour and a half from there.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half from Baltimore, and then it's probably another good hour to the ocean.
Yeah. So I know you're not far from where my cousin lives in that area. We went down for his wedding last October, and I'm looking at it like, we're like 45 minutes from Raymond and Sandra.
Yeah. Is Baltimore closer to you than DC? DC is closer to me.
Yeah. That's like a north-south distinction there.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore's a little more south of you than DC, I want to say?
No, actually, no. DC south.
DC is south.
Is
Okay.
south. Yeah. Baltimore would be virtually a straight shot east.
Okay.
Well, let me caveat.
DC is more straight.
Yeah, DC is actually more straight for us. Baltimore, we'd have to go north and then east. When we were living in Maryland, it was the other way around. DC was south, and Baltimore was a straight shot. But now that we're in West Virginia, we got to kind of go north to go south, unless we want to drive through the DC Beltway and then fight that nonsense. So it's easier to go north to 70 and then shoot to 70. And don't get lost in Baltimore. There were first time I drove to Baltimore, or came from BWI, I took a wrong turn and got off, and I was in I was in some bad parts of the town.
Ooh, yeah, that's not no bueno.
Yep.
I recall
Drive steady with the lock on down with the car locked.
car locked, windows up, and don't stop.
Exactly.
I remember my folks telling me they're driving down Chicago way years back, them and a couple other people. And they got into a spot of town where there were definitely bars on the windows, and they stopped to get directions. And the guy at the desk said, "Turn around now. You're too white. Just go. That's a one-way street. Don't worry. Just go. It's safer to go wrong way down the one-way street. Just get out of here. You're not safe."
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of old boomers.
Yep.
We had that when we were going to my cousin's wedding. My dad decided to take a wrong turn, and I'm like, this is not a good place. And we're getting to the spot where the gas stations have bars in the windows. Half the buildings are burned down. And my parents are like, yeah, we got to go use the bathroom. I'm like, no, you're going to hold it because I was driving. I'm like, I'm getting us out of here. We stopped long enough to switch drivers, and I took over and got us out of there.
Mm-hmm. FKHC says, "You're not far from the truth there, Raymond, about Baltimore." I do got to say, the Inner Harbor is actually nice. But that's about it. Baltimore, Main Street, 20 blocks of get me the hell out of here, Lord. Snorty says, "I grew up near D.C. It's a lovely town, totally wasted on its inhabitants."
You'll never find them, or what's the line of place
You'll
more
never
scum and
find-
villainy?
Yeah.
Wasn't the line? I can't remember the exact line now.
Yeah. You got it. You'll never find a more wretched hub
Of scum and villainy.
Scum and villainy.
Yeah. That's a great line.
Yeah.
It's so applicable to so many different things, and it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do got to say that there are, you could take a nice walking tour. Oh my God. But make sure you're doing it during the day in DC. I actually, when I worked in DC, I decided I didn't want to do the metro. I just decided it was a beautiful day and to take a walk. Sandra was doing a function down at the Marine Barracks at 8th and I. And I said, "Oh, let me do that. It can't be that far." 3 hours later, 3 hours later, and sore feet. I said, "Oh, I am never doing that again." But
brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like riding the metro through town. It's kind of nice. You can just basically get anywhere within walking distance of anywhere with the metro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Too bad I lost my metro card. I had one last time I went to visit my cousin in DC, and it's like I still had $20 on that card.
I don't know if I still have mine. But yeah, see, I worked north of the White House. So I just started walking on K Street and just kept going past the Capitol and stuff. And then I finally got to I Street and actually made it down to the Navy Yard. I was surprised that the Marine Barracks was almost like right next door to the Navy Yard. But yeah, it was an interesting walk. Let's
nice and exercise, get your steps in for the day.
Oh yeah. And DC used to be, from people I talked to, a southern type city. Yeah.
Well, it was technically part of Virginia, wasn't it?
I think it was technically part of both Maryland and Virginia.
Okay.
Both states gave portions to go to DC.
Yeah, I know it was like right on the edge of one or the other kind of a thing, because I know during the Civil War it was like right next to where the action was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sandra said, "When I was a kid, DC was safe at all hours. Now don't be there at sundown. Even during the day, there's no assurance of safety."
Uh-huh. Godzilla keeps hailing me.
Mm. Hello, Agent Pepsi One. How you doing? Let's see. I was going to meet a friend at the Fort DuPont Ice Arena. I was going to walk from the metro nearest it, and my friend said, "No, I will pick you up and we will drive you there." Oh, and I'll tell you what, the red line is a crapshoot. It's flip a coin, flip a coin, whether it's going to work or not. And that's one. Says,
Red line is a good
out
movie.
of the three lines, the red line is probably the worst for breakdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the different color lines, bro. Talk about the different areas you go to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember exactly how it went. I just know it was very straightforward when you looked at the map on the wall.
Yep. Hello, Herc 130. Hooby dooby. And especially now that they have actually extended the line, you can you could drive to Dallas, and there's a metro line to get you into DC from Dallas.
Yeah. I think that's how I got into town. I remember when we landed.
Yeah, they finally finished it.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different line then, because I know the first time I came in there, maybe we landed at Baltimore. I don't remember what airport. I just know when we came in, we basically went straight to the metro, and my cousin picked me up.
Ah, yeah. And hello, Herc 130.
We got Herc and an Agent Pepsi One, and yeah, the party is on.
Yes, the party is on. Let's see. Snort says Virginia and Maryland gave up the land.
Says the half then. Okay.
Yeah. It was never meant to house anyone.
That's why they have taxation without representation in DC.
Uh-huh.
The only thing is, if it's not meant to house anybody, why did they take up so much land for it?
True. Nats Park helped with the area around the Navy Yard. Yep. And, yeah. Agent Pepsi One says, yes, disgusting what it has become. Yeah. And I still remember I was at work the day of the great DC earthquake.
They had an earthquake in DC?
Yes, they did. It was 2010 or 11. And I was at work. And next thing we heard is a kaboom. No shake, just a kaboom. Oh, shoot. I just said that.
Huh. Yep, there it goes.
Oops. So, yeah. And then then everybody panicked. Everybody panicked.
Of course.
They shut down the metro. So I was stranded in DC. I actually had to, because I had a 2-hour commute, a combined metro / commuter bus. So after the earthquake, they shut down all the metro lines, in essence, stranding everybody in the city.
Ooh.
I actually had to walk with my friend who she lives in Pennsylvania, but works in DC, so she rented an apartment there.
That probably costs an arm and a leg and then some.
Mm-hmm. So we walked to her place. I spent the night there, then came back to work the next day, and then was able to go home that evening. It was like, oh God.
Yeah, at least you were able to get home.
Yeah. I've had some very interesting I've had some very, very interesting commutes. Agent Pepsi One is having pizza. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, pizza.
I had Taco Bell because I didn't know when Sandra was getting home. She was at a holiday party, and so I've got that, and I've got probably the care package she made up for me from their party. So
At least you got that.
Yep.
I got no care packages. All I have is nothing. My house is devoid of food right now, except for some bread.
Oh, then you need to go to the grocery store.
I fed the cat before I fed myself.
Oh,
because I wanted the cat to shut up.
Well, that's why God invented DoorDash. Oh, wait a minute.
I live in Nowhereville. They don't have that.
That's what I. Yeah.
I have to hop on my bike and ride to the store. That's what I'm gonna have to do later. Or if I go get dinner, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Are there fast food places or restaurants near you?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of spots to go get food.
Okay. Sandra says there's so many places to visit there. Yeah. The worst commute ever. The worst commute from DC ever that I had to endure was we had a warning for an ice storm. And got a warning that everything was shutting down. Everything was shutting down early to get people out of town. Well, our boss had to have an all-hands meeting.
Of course.
Of course. So I should have just said, screw it, I'm getting out of town.
What you should have done is taken your shoes off and said, sorry, no hands, just feet. And then left.
So by the time we got to the commuter bus, the ice storm came. And it was bad. We made it. It took us. Long story short, I was getting home from my commute at about the time I would be starting the commute the next day. I mean, it was a good 12, 13 hours that I was stuck on 70.
Dang.
Yeah. So needless to say, I called the boss and said, I'm not coming in. I just got home.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Sandra says it was supposed to be a peaceful place for the government to meet in the off season. The space was supposed to be for museums, libraries,
etc.
Mm-hmm. I had a ticket in DC. We took my stepdaughter and grandson to the Smithsonian down there, and I must have been going a little bit too fast, and those stupid speed cameras got me.
Oh, of course.
A month later, I got the email. I got the letter from the mail saying, "We got you."
Hey, you speed demons, we gotta get you. We were watching you. The electric eye in the sky. Yeah.
Yep.
Big Brother's watching you.
Uh-huh. King Dolphin, I was at work too outside of DC.
Thinking. That was August 23rd of 2011. What was I doing on that day?
I don't
Let's
know.
see here. I can tell you exactly what I was doing that day. 1 second.
Okay.
Let's see. Log 2011. August.
Now this is one organized gentleman, guys.
Let's see. I spent the whole day working on Dragon Ball Z decks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I started reading one of the Halo books. I was reading Fall of Reach.
Oh, okay.
Cool. And I passed out early that night. Okay. That's what I was doing that night.
Wow.
I have like daily log entries of whatever it is I've been doing every day since 2004.
Nice. I should do that.
Read about my incredibly boring life someday. Like every entry is, yep, got up, went to work, came home, played with cards, went to bed.
Yep. Boring is good. Agent Pepsi one says, never, never, never work in Washington, D.C. or change planes there at Dulles.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't think I've ever changed planes there, but
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that airport is so busy.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I could not figure out. I had a trip 2 years ago. And no, not two trip. Almost a year and a half. I flew down to Miami from Dulles, and it was a straight shot from Dulles to Miami. But oh my God, a week later on Saturday, it was like you had a choice. I could leave early, take a flight to Chicago, layover, and then fly back to Dulles, or sit there for 4 hours to get the only straight shot from Miami to Dulles.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I sat there at the airport because you got to check out of the hotel early. And so there I am sitting at the airport trying to figure out something to do. And get home.
Yeah. I remember when I was coming back, when I last came back from my cousin's wedding last year, we were supposed to have basically a straight shot. Was it? Oh, no, it was right. It was a connecting flight, but it was like one long flight and one really short flight to get back home. And then our plane decided to break. Like they landed, they came up and parked, and then the ailerons started drooping. It turns out they had a hydraulic line blow.
Oh.
They had to cancel our flight literally at the second we were supposed to start boarding. Fortunately, we didn't have to pay for the hotel. The airline paid for the hotel for the night and stuff.
Yeah.
They paid for our ride, paid for the hotel, and they gave me like $100 and like food vouchers and stuff for the food court.
Nice.
I bought a ton of candy, and then I bought some girls food too because it was like, you know what, I can't spend all this or eat all this. Like she's in line. I'm just like, what do you got there? It's like, well, it's just this and this. Well, grab a few other things. It's on me. And she's like, oh.
Made a friend for life.
She was nice. We talked for a little while. She was like
Agent
between flights heading to Cali.
Agent Pepsi one says, just wait. When I come to power, Washington, D.C. will be reduced to its most efficient size, 2 blocks around the White House. Ooh, nice. And Sandra,
I think that does cover pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Although the Smithsonian's all around the area are really nice.
Yeah, they are. But the one to go to is Udvar-Hazy. That's a nice aerospace museum.
Yeah. I don't think I've been to that one. I've been to the one in Dulles, and that one's fantastic.
That's it. That's Udvar-Hazy.
That's the name of it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the actual name of it. I just remember it because of the Dulles name.
Yeah, no, it's Udvar-Hazy.
Oh, yeah. That place is dope.
I mean, when you walk in and you see the SR-71,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
and then
so
go
cool.
into the other room and see Discovery. Yeah,
I remember,
Discovery.
do they have Enola Gay or Boxcar in that one?
Enola Gay.
Yeah, because I think Boxcar is the one sitting at the Air Force Museum.
Yeah. Yeah. Snort says I knew a guy in the late '80s who worked for the IRS in downtown. He could afford to live anywhere close. He probably couldn't afford to live anywhere closer to West Virginia, so he commuted 3 hours each way. My commute was an hour and a half in the morning and at least 2 hours on the way back.
My longest work commute I've ever had was 35 minutes, roughly.
Mm,
I lived in one spot and worked in the other spot, and it was
nice.
especially fun when the weather got snowy, and it's like, well, I can't come to work. It's 30 miles. The roads are shut down. I tried to come to work, but a cop stopped me.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that happen. When I tried going to work in a blizzard, and the cops pulled me over and said, go home. The roads are closed.
Yeah. Herc said, I spent 3 months on a presidential support team for the U.S. Air Force. Worked out of Waldorf. Never want anything to do with D.C. again.
Yeah.
Agent Pepsi 1 went to the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah.
I like at Dulles where you can go up and they must have done it off an old control tower because you can go up and it's a big observation thing that you can see the entire airport.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. The Papa Bird developed the Burr Plan when worked for the Department of the Army in D.C. It stated that when the first snowflake fell, Papa Burr drove home. Oh yeah, that was my plan too. I see snow as I'm waiting for a bus. I'm out the door. I'm heading home.
Here in
Okay,
Wisconsin,
Tim, I'm checking.
We don't even think about snow. Like, sure, there's 4 feet of it. Don't care. Don't notice. It's fine. We don't cancel school unless there's at least 3 feet coming down in an hour. That's about it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Tim put some pictures, but of course I can't. Okay. Wait. There goes.
Oh, there's a Gary in the chat. A Gary Ambrosia.
Hey, Gary. How you doing? Hail, Gary Ambrosia.
Woo! Shut up, stupid.
Hey.
I hear him. I'm sure you guys can hear him too.
No, I can't. But
you can't quite hear him. I can hear him very clearly. Maybe I'm just tuned to hearing the stupid thing.
Yeah, Tim. Yep, there it is. You know, look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a B-29. There's a P-38 there.
You can see
it's like the hind section of a Spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
I see the other plane below it. I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head.
I don't think that was a P-51 below that.
No, that's not a 51. That's a totally different backside. That's an older plane.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see enough of it though.
Let's see. Okay. An old 707.
Yep. Oh, it is a Hurricane. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a Hurricane or a Spitfire.
Okay. And there's the Concorde.
Yep.
You know, surprisingly, for as cool a jet as that is, it's small.
Well, it kind of has to be. It's meant to be a Mach 2 transport, so it has to be a particular size.
I mean, the 707 was bigger.
Yeah, let's say it was the only way to get something that could do Mach 2 at such a large scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you could probably make it even bigger. The B-70 Valkyrie was monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 6 engines in it and can do Mach 3 intercontinentalness.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the prop from Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah. And there's Discovery. Okay, there's Discovery.
Yep. The disco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a Nike back there.
Yeah. There were just so many
707 prototype. Yeah, that was the plane that kind of saved Boeing back then. They had to
Mhm.
compete with all the cheap foreign labor aircraft and stuff, and they're like, you know what? Let's just build the highest quality thing we could possibly make, and then everybody bought them.
Mhm.
There's still some airliners still using 707s.
Yeah.
They should be retired. They should have been retired a long time ago, but they're still
Well, I
using them
think
because they still work.
well, heck, the 135 is a remake, is a Air Force version of it, and that's still going around.
Yeah, I imagine that probably doesn't have that many flight hours though, versus a civil airliner.
Yeah, true. Plus, it with the new tankers going to put it in the boneyard.
Yeah,
I went to the Sandra says I went to the Air and Space Museum the year it opened. We went there on field trips every couple of years.
nice.
The
You live too far away for that.
Comic Relief says you were probably eating steak.
I do have a steak in my fridge, but I don't feel like.
Oh no! Well, during the when you went and you got that voucher.
Oh yeah, I wish. No, I wound up getting a burger.
Ah,
It's still a $20 burger.
true.
But then again, that burger was really good. Like legitimately, I think that burger was actually worth $20 because it was really
Okay.
good.
All right. And DiGiorno, considering the choices here, it's better than delivery. True. DiGiorno's is pretty good. I like Red Baron, Tombstone. Tombstone. I love Tombstone.
I just like Quick Trip. It's like their brands of take and bake pizza are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who actually makes them. I just know it's the Quick Trip one. You can only get them at Quick Trip, and they're so good.
Mm. I got to ride in one of those giant raised bus thingies at Dulles. And Agent Pepsi One loved the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah. See, when I was there, they had a simulator set up, and I played in that for a while. That was cool.
Yeah. That almost happened to me last month before we flew to London. Someone broke the john on the plane. They fixed it, and we were only late by 30 minutes total getting to London.
Dang.
Yeah.
How do you break the toilet on a plane?
I don't know. Same like how the heck does the back pressure door on an airplane gets broken? I was getting ready to do a flight to Vegas when I was a flight attendant, and we walk into the airplane, and the maintenance crew has got the back door of the airplane on the floor, and we're working on it.
Oh, geez.
I'm like,
at least they were working on it.
Yeah.
It didn't blow off mid-flight, at least. That's a good thing.
No. People are so rude in Washington, D.C. So sad. The Lincoln Memorial was my favorite. I love the Lincoln Memorial. And hail to Gary Ambrosia.
Yeah.
And same to you. Merry Christmas.
Harvey Pushmas.
Yep.
They don't celebrate Christmas. We just want the button to get pushed. That's all.
You need to do for films like we like The Life of Brian. Oh,
Life of Brian.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah. Blessed are the Greek. What?
Look to the bright side of life. Do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Since the pandemic, it's gotten really bad. You used to be able to walk into every building without problems.
Yeah. The cult of mask.
Uh-huh.
How many years after the thing is completely over and people are still wearing masks?
Oh my God.
It's
in
like,
cars.
okay, really?
All
Seriously?
alone. That's crazy. Agent Pepsi One will have a statue of a minion commissioned and placed in the center of the Pentagon.
Right in the middle of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure it's big enough to go out above the building, so when you see it from the air, all you see is giant minion in the middle of a Pentagon.
Burry Kishmash.
Uh-huh.
Yep, Hawker Hurricane. Sandra said they also have a display recognizing the 99s and an old CAP airplane. They also have a West Virginia Air National Guard transport plane there.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
We've got tons of planes from back in the day chilling here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I live not terribly far from a military airfield, and they just
Well,
got
yeah,
tons of it just kind of sitting out on display all the time.
You're by Mitchell Field.
No, not Mitchell. It's Volk Field.
Oh, Volk Field, okay. Yeah.
I haven't been there in a long time. They haven't had their open house in a long time. I miss those. Those are cool.
Mm.
They do their open house, and they have guys doing maneuvers and stuff, and it's fun to watch.
Mm.
I know a buddy of mine lived not far from that field, and we would just sit outside at night and watch the planes take off.
Mm.
So it's cool seeing that afterburner light up in the dark.
What they have, 16s?
Mostly 16s, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. But you're not that, well, relatively. I forget it. Wisconsin. You can't be that far from Oshkosh.
Yeah, it's about, I want to say like a 2-hour drive, I think.
Have you ever gone?
Yeah, I've been up there a couple times. Keep trying to go back, but the one friend who I would usually go with every year, we planned to go, and then suddenly he has to work every single time because he can't say no to working because he's poor.
Okay.
Why he's poor, I don't know. He makes like 3 times what I do. He's just really, really bad with money. Every time I go to visit him, I'm like, dude, just give me all your paperwork. I will balance your budget. And then I'll set time away, and I'll make sure your bosses know that you are not going to be working that weekend, whether they like it or not. And I'll be sure to call your ex and let her know that you're not watching the kids that weekend because we're doing stuff.
Good point.
She tried pulling that once, and she called him when we were just getting ready to leave his house to go do stuff. She's like, hey, watch the kids. I took the phone from him and just said, no, we're doing stuff, and then hung up on her. She didn't call back.
I can imagine.
Pretty sure she's afraid of me.
A lot of people are. Last time I was in Washington, 2016, other than changing planes at Dallas. The 707 is the Dash 80, the 707 prototype.
Nice, yeah. I believe the test pilot did a barrel roll on that beast when he was displaying it. Showing it off once. That's pretty cool. I think the video's on YouTube.
Sandy gave a presentation at the museum when I was working in DC.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. No, there are not. No commercial 707s.
I said, I think there are some small airlines in like small countries that are still flying them.
Yeah.
They're like only doing like short routes with them, but apparently a few of them are still in the air.
Yeah.
They're probably not really airworthy, but they're still flying them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I've been in the Concorde and the de Havilland Comet. Cool.
Oh, the Comet's cool.
Yeah. The original miniature of the USS Enterprise is on display at the Smithsonian. No bloody A, B, C, or D. Yeah, it's in the original museum. Yeah, the downtown one. Another thing I saw in the downtown one is they actually did a they actually made a ready room of a carrier. They had a model of a carrier. I think it was the Enterprise. No, it was the Ranger. They did a model of the Ranger, and around it was a ready room of a carrier squadron, which I thought was cool.
I got to go into the emergency room in the White House. The special room that everybody goes to when the shizno hits the fan. I got to go in there. It was cool.
Well, when we went last year. We went last year to the White House. No, earlier this year. God, my time is. We went earlier this year to the White House, and they don't show you almost anything. Just like the meeting and party areas. That's it.
Yeah, it all depends on who you know. Like, you can't get into the West Wing of the White House unless you know somebody who works there, which I do. They had to have Secret Service escort the whole time, which I did.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we got to check out and get to look at the president's office. We couldn't really go in because they're in the middle of remodeling it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got to poke my head in there and check it out. I'm like, oh, it's the presidential office. They wouldn't let us take any pictures, of course, which, yeah.
No.
If the office wasn't being worked on, I would totally have had him try to sneak a picture of me in the desk. Just like, I just want a shot of me in the desk. Come on.
Sort of like Captain Sisk, like taking a picture of Captain of the guy behind Cisco's desk.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to check all that. So I got to go in the emergency room, got to tour the whole grounds, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Had some fun conversations with the Secret Service guys who were working there. Yeah.
Wow. You know everybody.
I'm a oddly connected individual, which is weird.
I don't know what this is.
Oh,
it's like a bunch of sci-fi paraphernalia.
TV stuff. I like the blaster display there. All the different shows.
Yeah. Let's see. Agent Pepsi 1 says, you can't get Tombstone in Vicksburg. Red Baron is great. Middle rack in the oven, 425 Fahrenheit for 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. Let's see.
Oh, the giant freezers. No, an Agent Pepsi 1. I went to the White House while Trump was in office, or the first time around Trump was in office, so old Joe wasn't in there yet.
Yeah, they did not have. We only saw like the meeting places. It wasn't that long a trip.
Yeah, so you probably went to just the East Wing.
Mm-hmm.
The East Wing's open to the public.
Yeah. We had a nice tailwind that helped us. Delayed on the ground here for an hour.
You gotta love a good tailwind. I especially love a good tailwind when I'm on my bike.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, all the time it's headwind. I swear, whenever I ride to work every day, like, I'm always into a headwind. And when the sun goes down, either the wind goes away so I don't get a tailwind to ride home, or it cools off in the other direction so I'm riding into a headwind on the way back, too.
Steven broke the door to a toilet on a 777. Flew France to Paris. Oh, no, flew Frankfurt to Paris, then to Atlanta. He grabbed this thing that looked like a door hand. It was an ashtray and came out screws and all.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
in fact, there's still an ashtray on it.
Yeah. Pilots break things. Pilots break things. And I will rename the building the General Kevin Dominion Building.
That would be so funny.
I carry a mask with me at work. Only wear it when I help people who are old, pregnant, small kids, and are sick.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's a reasonable reason to have a mask.
Mm-hmm. I wear a mask to keep the dust out of my nostrils and keep from wheezing.
It's like I've got some regular industrial dust masks that I keep around from my old job. Because I was the only person smart enough to wear a mask when I was working with the dusty machines.
Well, let me tell you something. You know the new fangled or the special fangled mask you were supposed to wear that was supposedly to keep you safe from the coof? We actually had some, and I put it on. It was the N97, if I remember right.
Yeah, N97.
I put it on, and it made me sick to my stomach. Something in there just did not agree with me.
Well,
I got it off quick as
maybe you got one of the Chinese destroyed ones because I don't know if you ever saw the video back then. It was one of the Chinese workers making the masks, and he was basically like spitting in them and stuff before packing them up to ship them.
Oh, joy.
I don't know. Like, beauty of living in rural Wisconsin is nobody really cared about the masks thing, so nobody wore them anyway.
Yeah.
And even when the governor sent down a mask mandate, everybody's like, "Yeah, we're not enforcing that."
Yeah. Faz said, I got on a sentimental journey at Avoca during an air show a few decades ago. It's tiny inside there. Didn't fly because fear of death.
I need to fly. I want to fly so bad.
Well,
They keep not doing it.
uh,
Someday I should call it. I've got the name and number of a guy who does flying lessons for real cheap in the area.
well, you
All I have to
should.
do is join the flying club, and boom, I can get lessons.
Yeah, you should. Flying
It's
is
quite-
fun.
Because my only concern is like whether or not I'm medically capable to fly or not.
You doesn't hurt to get a go to an AME and just check.
Yeah, let's say if I signed up for them and they'd automatically sign me up to get like the flight physical and all that, and then just get in there and hope and pray that my heart isn't junk. That's what kept me out of the military. Is like I had a bad heart.
What, a heart murmur or?
Yeah, apparently it was a very big murmur.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, it was bad enough that the doctor just said to me like, "Yeah, you can enlist. There's a good chance you could die in basic."
When I was a junior in high school, I went for my ROTC physical, and that's when they detected a murmur. The only time. Now, of course, that kept in my mind, for most of my life, but that was the only time they detected a murmur. I passed my basic training physical. I passed various and sundry physicals there, and it wasn't until I was 50 till I had my first heart attack. My heart attack.
What it passes for a heart attack.
Mm-hmm. I had a false alarm. In 2007, and I will never go to the local hospital. Unfortunately, it was the ambulance that had to take me there. I sat in the ER for into the evening, and I was taken at noon.
Well, if you don't appear to be actively dying, they'll put you on the waiting list.
Mm. Yeah,
That's the thing about like small heart
and in
attacks.
fact, in fact, somebody actually died while I was waiting there. I could hear him out in the hallway saying, "Yeah, this person just died."
Oh, geez, that breeds confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next time when I had my real heart attack, I just went into the waiting room, and at the top of my lungs, I said, "I'm having chest pains." Next thing you know,
There you go.
I'm in the ER.
Like, why did you bring
tubes and
Sandra with? She
stuff.
could have gotten you in like no problem, I bet. Like, oh yeah, I got the head nurse here. Yeah, it's important. This guy's VIP.
Yeah. My whole thing about the mask was the freedom to wear one or not. I hated the way people acted when you didn't wear a mask at the beach or outdoors camping. Yeah.
Yeah. I said it kind of created its own little cult of mask.
Agent Pepsi one. Yeah, this one. This one I'll do. I'll break my no politics rule.
Yeah. Like I said, I was there during Trump's first term, so old Joe didn't have his ice cream supply there yet.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get a chance to meet the president when I was there, but I didn't get to do that. I got to wave at him as he left because that was the same weekend that he headed to South Korea to have the meeting with Kim Jong-un and them.
Oh, okay.
So I waved at him as he got on the helicopter and left, and that's all the closer I got.
Oh, cool.
It's like, how often do you get to say you met the president,
Yeah. Even though
it doesn't matter who it is. Like, it could have been Obama, Clinton, it doesn't matter. Just meeting somebody who was president would be so dope.
Yeah. I heard the Klingon phaser that Chekhov had in San Francisco is still on at the FBI property room. Fortunately, it still doesn't work. Snorty.
Klingon phasers, yeah.
I thought you said you can't get too stoned in Virginia, not tombstone
Tombstone.
in Virginia.
I don't know. Is it legal in Virginia?
I don't know. Steven does break things like tires on the airplane. Those can't be cheap. No, they
Yeah.
are not.
No, those are specialty wheels, like a very particular version of rubber, so they can handle the abuse of landing.
Yeah. Hello, Pudgy Hedgehog.
Pudgy!
Hey, Pudgy. And Cobalt in the background.
I still need to watch the latest video from the Pudgy, or at least the last story anyway.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it too.
It's like I'm not working right now, so I have no reason to listen to right now.
Mm-hmm.
I usually listen to them while I'm working.
Yeah. Pudgy waves, bounces happily, hugs everyone. Yep. Was it medically capable or psychologically fit?
Yeah.
Pudgy, how you doing? Pudgy
I wouldn't be
waves,
surprised if
bounces
the
happily,
psychological
hugs
factor
everyone.
wasn't a part of it. Because I did get an obscenely high score on the ASVAB.
Oh, okay.
I even got one question right that you're not supposed to get right.
Yeah.
Because it was a multiple choice. I can't remember what the question was. I know it was a math question, and a multiple choice, but all the answers were wrong. And I went over it, and I took it up to the administrating sergeant, and I just said, none of these answers are right. And I walked him through it, and he's like, huh, you are right. None of the answers are right. All the answers are wrong here. So technically, I got an answer right you're not supposed to get right.
Yeah. Hello, Max Redstone. Hola. Hola. Let's see. Snort says the secret to flying is learning how to throw yourself on the ground and miss.
Yes, that is the secret. Because it's not really flying; it's falling with style.
Yeah.
The funny thing about being in orbit is,
you should at least let them. Well, best thing to do is go to a regular doctor first for a physical. That way, you're not spending the god awful amount for an AME that is not covered by insurance.
yeah, I ain't got no insurance.
Oh, well then you could
Technically, I guess I'm now eligible for the company's health insurance because they changed the way the plan works, so part-timers can get it now, but I still don't want it.
Yeah.
I know when you join the flying club, they actually do pay for your first exam, so...
Oh, that's not bad. If they pay for it, then yeah.
Yeah, that's like... I forget what the price was, but that's what my buddy was telling me. That's my friend's dad who knows the guy. So it's like a friend of their dad is a friend. But yeah, apparently, like when you join the flying club, they do actually pay for your thing if you're just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I guess it's included in your initial membership fee.
Yeah.
It's not bad either. I think it was only like $1,200 a year or something for membership. It was like really cheap.
Yeah. Raymond, I am so lucky. Sandra normally takes pity on me. Nurses know all the pressure points and know how to apply motivation through pain. Yeah. Well,
that's that nurse power. Yeah.
Yes. She's giggling in the background.
I heard the evil laugh. Glorious.
Yep. Snort says, Pudgy, hello, and waves to Cobalt. Oh, fogged in. Well, you're in California. I'm not surprised.
Fog will do that.
Yeah.
We had a really thick fog a couple of days ago. We had like a really thick fog around the whole town. Like it warmed up a little bit and it tried to snow, but it couldn't, so it just turned into fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like 35 all the way home.
I'm working on chapter 3.
Dang.
I'm working on chapter 3 of the story, War Shadow. Oh no. On his last trip prior to this one, he had a tire explode on landing. Ouch.
Oh, so he flies the big transports, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I imagine those wheels are doubled up, so he's got redundant wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're doubled up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you want redundant wheels.
Yeah. He said they didn't really notice anything in the cockpit other than warning indicators going off, and then the controller told him about the fire. Main landing gear tire. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, a tire is better than a hot brake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing a flight in a B-52 during the day, and we were coming back, and the pilot and the co-pilot had to do touch and goes. But so they usually let the non-essential crew off the airplane, and then they'll continue doing their touch and goes.
Okay. Yeah.
However, the problem with that is they've only got one drag chute. So they don't want to use it just to transfer crew out. So the plane landed, and the pilot was virtually standing on the brakes. And I was walking out of the plane, slowly getting my stuff, slowly out. And someone said, "Get out of the airplane." I said, "I'm on my way." "No, get out." So I get out of the little hatch, and I see fire trucks all over the place.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a hot break.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep. Pudgy and Cobalt Disney. War Shadow will be 16 chapters. Wow. Then Lord of Terror 16. Then Christmas Catastrophe 12. And Land of Sorrow 30. Wowzers.
That's a lot of chapters.
That is a lot.
Well, of course, they're all being done, like audiobook style, so the chapters aren't quite the same as the book chapters in a way.
Mm-hmm. True. Yes, flies a 777.
Ah, he's got the lucky number.
Yep. Yeah, I wish you would have been able to. I'm sorry that your schedule didn't work out for our reading.
Yeah, it's like, let's say I'm a night shifter guy, and you're all day shifters. It just doesn't work.
True.
Daywalkers.
Daywalkers, yes.
So you could have waited like another week when I had my 2-week break.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You trying to get everybody together to do it was hard enough as it is. We'll figure something out for that.
I say, like, I only work 4 days a week, but somehow the 3 days that I'm off don't work for anybody.
Wow. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Someday.
Mm-hmm. Pop Culture Breakdown pre-show is live, and there's the link.
I haven't been on a PCB in forever because work.
Okay, you take care, Agent Pepsi One. We will see you hopefully on Sunday.
Yay, Sunday.
Sunday
fun day.
Yep. And
will I make it on Sunday? I don't know. Probably
Okay.
not. Because Sunday's usually my go home day.
Okay.
So Sunday's typically off limits for me for anything streaming, because that's when I go home and hang out with my folks.
Well,
but being that Christmas is only a couple days after that, maybe I'll skip it.
Yeah, true. Because you got to go over there for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, and well, we'll probably go another 15 minutes before show notes, because both Sandra and I, as you said, we're the day zombies.
Daywalkers.
We're the day walkers, so bedtime comes really.
Sleep is overrated.
Yeah. Sunday might be a little difficult going final Christmas shopping, Stephen is home too. I will try though. Well,
Christmas
happy
shopping.
birthday. Happy birthday, Max.
There you go. Birthday time. Yeah.
Yeah, birthday.
Happy McBirthday.
Yep. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Maxie. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Put a MR out there to wish him a happy birthday.
Whoosh.
Yeah, everybody's wishing Max a happy birthday. Another year past, another year around the sun. Oh, wow. Tim's is getting close.
Everybody getting old.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Mine's not until next month,
Oh, okay.
and I will be at work, so it doesn't matter.
Wow. Just going with a little piece of cake, and you can enjoy it in front of other people. So, all right.
Yeah.
So going to spend time with the family for Christmas.
Probably.
Okay.
Last year, I spent Christmas with my aunt and uncle in California.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of warm there,
Yeah.
considering that it was like -2 when I left Wisconsin, and it was like 70 when I got to Cali. Like, this is the difference.
Where do you fly out of? Milwaukee?
I fly out of Madison normally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Madison's a nice airport.
That's going to entail a couple of layovers.
No, I only had one layover.
Oh, okay.
I say my flight took me to Arizona, and it was like a half-hour layover, and then finished the rest of the flight.
Cool.
My return back was, I think I went to Chicago, and then it was only like another hour of layover there, and then fly back to Madison.
Oh, okay.
So I managed to get some good flights out of it.
Yeah. Build up those frequent flyer miles.
Sure. I don't fly that much, as I haven't been up since last year.
Ah, okay.
That was the last flight I took was a year ago.
Ah, okay.
All subsequent long trips I've done in a car now.
Yeah, we know.
It was a good drive. There's a lot of stuff to look at along the way.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my GPS cutting out in Indianapolis, I would have been golden.
Mm.
The return trip wasn't so bad, though, because when I get through in India, it's like, all right, I already know which way to go. So the GPS cuts out, and I just drive straight through. I'm like, okay, no turns, just go straight.
Oh, okay. Was it on I-80 or 90 all the way through?
No, I took off to, because if you stay on the I-90, you end up going through a ton of tolls.
Mm.
So I take a slightly different route that swings a little bit farther south, then goes north to avoid them.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, Len-Rod, as usual, this has been great. You are
We're good at wasting time.
no, it was a good time. Tim says, speaking of B-52, there was a time. Oh wait. Speaking of B-52, there was a time my father was on the ground waiting to take off. The plane decided to start leaking gas. Good thing there wasn't a fire.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, it's like jet fuel isn't particularly flammable.
No. But it doesn't do any good when it's leaking. I was getting ready to go to Germany. I was getting ready to go to Germany, and to get stationed there. And I was going ahead of my ex, and I was sitting there in a cast. I had broken my foot while on leave.
Oh, of course.
And So I was getting ready to get on, and next thing you know, uh, there's gas gushing out of a 747's wings. My 747.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So we had to spend one more night there before as they were fixing the problem.
Oh, yeah.
So it was.
I'd say at least it started leaking when you're already on the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
So you could have been flying and like, the wing is peeing. That doesn't seem good.
Yeah. And the thing is you want to be able to see it because you're looking over the wing. So you'd never tell.
Yeah. I guess it depends where you are sitting relative to the wing, too.
That's true. I was by the bulkhead
Okay,
of my cast. Indianapolis has too many highways that end in 65.
Yeah.
I actually flew into her, Tim. I was at K.I. Sawyer and Blytheville, both way back in the day.
Way back in
the 80s.
But it was back in the day. You remember
happy birthday, Mrs. Herc.
Everybody's a birthday.
Yeah. All right. And it's good if it's loaded with bombs. And it's not good if it's loaded with bombs. Okay.
I'd say so, yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's that time.
Time for the notes.
Whoosh. Yeah. Let's see.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. Yeah, with Mr. Raven. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. Yeah, with Mr. Raven and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. We're bringing it on. It's time for show notes. You've all been warned. It's time for show notes.
There it goes.
Yep. First off, let's do the standard snorter poopus. Take care, every human dolphin doggo. Take care, every human dolphin doggo. Dalek ferret eagle, hedgehog, and eastern baton. Copyright, trademark. A wholly owned subsidiary of King Dolphin TV. And Tim says, I meant if it's leaking and it's loaded with bombs. Failed
It's
English.
adorable.
Yeah.
The Eastern Baton is adorable.
Okay. Let me see what it looks like. Let's see.
It's a fuzzy little thing with a snoot.
Aw, it is cute.
It's like a tiny kangaroo.
Ah.
I wonder if it's a marsupial. Rat
Is it
kangaroo family.
one T or two?
Oh, it is a marsupial. A native of Tasmania. Okay, that's cool.
Ooh, Taz.
And now that I've studied a new creature,
Yeah.
courtesy of Snorter Post.
Batong. Not Batong. All right.
Batong. Ooh.
Aw, it's cute. He is cute. Yeah, he is cute.
Yeah, there it is. It's a fuzzy little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a tiny kangaroo.
Yeah. All right. Yep, it is a marsupial. And there's the link. All right. Show notes. We've got. Here's the. Okay. I will be at a signing event this Saturday at Martinsburg, the very same one I did on the 7th. This time, I've learned my lesson, I'm not going to do a Saturday show because it was an exhausting experience. So I believe Fett will be coming on. Fett will be doing an evening show.
Yeah. Been a long time since we had a chance to talk to the Fat Man.
Yep.
Should just call him. I got his number.
Yeah, call him. But yeah, I'm not doing the Saturday show, but we're doing Sunday. Sunday. Unforgiven, unvarnished, unwashed, unedited Sunday. And additional programming notes, because Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's all fall on Wednesdays. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing a Christmas show on Tuesday the 24th, where I will have the Santa tracker up as we do usual chaos. And
Yes.
on the 31st, we'll have our 4th annual New Year's Eve show.
And of course, I'll be working.
As King Dolphin TV rings in the new year for another year.
Uh-huh.
Yep. The 28th and the 4th will be the normal Saturday just causes. So lots of switchovers and stuff like that. And but we're gonna have fun for the next couple weeks. Snorter Pooper says it reminds me of Squeaker Mouse. And breaking news, Barney Rubble has obtained a permanent restraining order against Fred Flintstone, citing his excessive behavior over certain breakfast cereals. And then Tim is saying 863-5309. That's a song.
That's a typo, I think.
That's a typo.
It's
Because
867-5309.
Yep, 867-5309. And Snort is saying, I hope that's not a real number.
867-5309 is the real number. It gets called a lot. 40 years later, it still gets called a lot.
I wonder what the voicemail for that phone is saying.
I think they actually own it, and it says something about the song or something, or a message from Tommy Two Tone or something. Never actually called it. I should call it.
Snuffles. All right, so that is show
Totally
notes.
calling it.
But you don't know the area code. That's the rub.
Don't need it.
Oh, okay.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. Yeah, with Mr. Reagan and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. We're bringing it on. It's time for show notes. You've all been warned. It's time for show notes.
Darn. I called the number. It gave me the, you need the area code message. I'm like, oh.
Max says, turned out that was the number of the Buffalo Police Chief's daughter. Ooh. Oh, my.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah. All right. So this has been the show. Let me thank everybody that's been here. And we'll start wrapping things up. We had in the background, we had Cobalt Bald Eagle. Oh. We had Gary Ambrosia. We had Herc 130. We had the Phantom Outsider. And yes, Phantom, I gave it to Len-Rod, so we'll see what he does with it. We got the great Pudgy Hedgehog. Hail, Pudgy. And that is all our visitors. And now the lifeguards. We had the Comic Relief Crusader. We had Maximum Redstone. We had Legatus Legionii. We had FKHC 2005. We had the wonderful Agent Pepsi 1. We had Fez for a Hire, or Fez Forever, also known as John Rendell. And Snort up a dummy. You know you had the microphone muted for your shout outs. So let me say it again. Snort up poop ass. Q bar. Dot screen. Hashtag roar. You dummy. So now you got to do it again, all over again. Yeah, I do.
Done enough. Do it more.
Yes. All right. We'll do the fast version. Producer Sandra, John Rendell, co-host, Agent Pepsi 1, lifeguard, FKHC, Legatus Legionii, Max Redstone. Am I? Okay, let me make sure. Yep, I'm not muted. Max Redstone, Comic Relief Crusader, Pudgy Hedgehog, Phantom Outsider, Herc 130, Gary Ambrosia, and Cobalt Bald Eagle. Whew. And Sandra was here. Oops. Snort says silly dolphin. Yeah. Hey, it's pretty bad when the little polar bear has to chastise me.
Yeah, you getting smashed by the little guy.
Yeah, get smashed by Mini Snort. All right. Well, and did I say Agent Pepsi 1? Yes. Thank you for being here, Agent Pepsi 1. All right. Len-Rod, it was great having you here. I am so glad you stepped in. It's always a great time conversing with you.
It's always a good time here, especially when I'm not working.
Yeah. Tim says, you have to say Sandra is here or you will be sleeping in Trike's bed.
Trike's got a really nice bed. It's a couch.
Yeah. He's got everywhere. But yes, Sandra's here. But yep. So yes, glad you were here. Glad you were able to not be working and could spend the time chatting. Yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah. All right. Well, so for everybody who is here and everybody who will listen in the chat, please like, subscribe, put some ducats in the bucket, and I have a new playlist up on the channel. It is a radio KDTV playlist. So if you want to go back and listen to the serials and Pudgy Hedgehog stories when he came on Radio King Dolphin TV, please check out the playlist. You will enjoy them.
Indeed.
Yeah. So everybody, you have a good night. Be safe. Have fun. And we will see you on Sunday. Good night, all.
Laters.